Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Taste of Fate, Siddharth decided to expose Rhea and Aliyah to Vikram and tell Vikram the truth. But unfortunately, after confessing everything, Vikram was not there to listen to Siddharth, and Siddharth planned to tell Vikram as soon as possible. Then the family rescued Rambo and Prachi from the kidnappers and they bring them home. And Rhea was angry that Rambo went to rescue Prachi. So let's continue. Rhea comes to the room. Aliyah says everyone is messed up. She says Rambo fought with the goons and brought Prachi back home. Rhea says everything has changed just as the night finished. Aliyah says Pallavi and Vikram would have asked Prachi to go from here. Rhea recalls Rambo telling Prachi in the kidnapper's place that he would never let her fall. A flashback is shown. Rambo tells Prachi that he would always protect her. He asks Prachi never to leave his hand and he promised never to leave Prachi and says nobody can separate them. Rhea asks Rambo to come. Prachi says I hate Rhea, but I love Rambo so much. Prachi says sorry for leaving Rambo and going away. Prachi says I promise that I will never leave you again. Rambo asks Prachi to promise. Prachi promises and says I love you, and the flashback ends. Rhea says to Aliyah that it is my mistake. I let this happen. She says if I haven't brought Siddharth here, then this wouldn't have happened. She says I separated and then united them. Aliyah says nothing is going to change. Rhea says they were confessing their love to each other. Aliyah says to Rhea that Rambo and Prachi were drunk and they would forget everything they said to each other when they wake up. Rhea says their love will bring them closer and says I was so happy when Prachi had left the house, but Rambo reached there and brought her back home. Rhea says to Aliyah that Rambo and Prachi were arguing as if they were happy and they will stay here and I have lost. Aliyah asks Rhea to control herself and she slaps her. Rhea makes a crying sound and says mom is taking Prachi's side and she doesn't worry about me. Rhea says to Aliyah that if Pallavi mom tells me that Prachi and Rambo should be together for their mental health, then what should I do? Aliyah says there's nothing in Pallavi's mind which we cannot think of. Pallavi pulls the curtain of Rambo's room and she thinks that Rambo got betrayed by life and by his wife. Rambo wakes up and he asks Pallavi that what had happened yesterday. He sits and he recalls Siddharth's words that he is the father of Prachi's baby. Rambo asks what to do. I love Prachi so much and I did so much for her. Then also Prachi is pregnant with Siddharth's child. Pallavi asks Rambo not to think much. Rambo says my life is ruined. How can Prachi do this with me? Rambo keeps his head on Pallavi's lap and he cries. Shahana wakes Prachi up and asks that what happened. Are you fine? Prachi gets up and remembers all whatever happened. She asks until now I am here and says I cannot stay here. Let me go. Shahana says you are not going anywhere and says Ghana party is coming today. Shahana asks Prachi to get ready because Ghana party is coming and they will celebrate. Prachi asks Shahana to understand. Shahana asks Prachi to understand that Ghana party Bappa wants you to do the puja and he has brought you back as he doesn't want you to go. Shahana gives Prachi sari and asks her to get ready fast. Aliyah asks the servant if she found a necklace. The servant says no. Another servant comes there. Aliyah tells him that her necklace is stolen and says she saw them in the jewelry shop and she asks them to return her necklace. The servant asks Aliyah that if they go to the bank, then does that mean that they went to the bank to steal? The servant says that poor people are not thieves and says when some theft happens, then poor people are blamed. He says before accusing us, you should have searched in my room. Aliyah asks the servant to search for her necklace. He says I don't touch lady stuff. Aliyah asks the lady servant to search for the necklace. The lady servant searches the necklace and finds it behind the table. She gives it to Aliyah. The servant asks Aliyah to apologize to Rhea. Aliyah says you might have stolen the necklace and now you did this. She fires them and asks them to leave the house. Rambo and Vikram brings the Ghana party home. Siddharth suddenly falls and he owes the Ghana party. Rambo dances and says the Ghana party Papa has come. Rhea says everyone has come, but Prachi is not here. Aliyah says our mood gets spoiled with Prachi's presence. The priest removes the veil and shows the Ghana party. Rambo looks at Siddharth. Shahana comes to Prachi's room and asks her to come fast. She looks at her and says you are looking very beautiful. Prachi asks Shahana to listen and says she is feeling strange and worried. Shahana says you are feeling this because your heart is not at peace and you are having this feeling due to the spray. Shahana says to Prachi that you and Rambro were drunk and you were saying I love you to each other and you were showing off your love to each other. Prachi asks Shahana if Rambro said this to her. Shahana says many times Rambro told you that he loves you and he also said that he will never leave you and says everyone came to know that you both love each other a lot. Prachi says we should go downstairs. Barpa has come. Pallavi takes Rambro away from there. She asks what is happening. She says I know what is in your heart. This is emotional time for you. Rambro says yes and he asks Pallavi. Prachi comes there and looks at Rambro. Aliyah says God doesn't come, but the devil does if we take his or her name. Prachi looks at Rambro. Rambro asks the priest to start the altar. Vikram and Pallavi do the altar first. Prachi takes the altar from them. Rambro and Prachi do the altar together. Rambro leaves the altar midway and he goes. Prachi ends the altar. Rhea pushes Siddharth to do the altar with Prachi. Prachi moves away from there. Shahana pushes Rhea to the front. Rhea does the altar with Siddharth and she goes back. Prachi prays to Barpa to bring out the truth and she apologized for going away from the house before his arrival. Prachi apologized to Barpa, that is God, for leaving the house before his arrival. She hopes that everything will be fine with Barpa's arrival. She asks God to bring out the truth. Rambro asks Barpa to take away his pain. It is increasing so much. Rhea thanks Barpa for giving her victory and she asks him to throw Prachi out of the house so that she can get all the kingdom. Aliyah tells Pallavi that whatever she thought is right and this work should be done. Pallavi asks Vikram to come with her because she needs to talk to him about something important. Vikram asks Pallavi, what do you want to say? Pallavi says, I want to suggest something and says that she really cares for Prachi's child and her. She says, I want Prachi and her baby to stay safe and her delivery should happen peacefully. Vikram says to Pallavi that it is very natural. One woman is feeling another woman's pain. Pallavi says that she has attachment with their family's baby and she says that she wants to discuss about Prachi. Pallavi says whatever happened last night. Vikram says he doesn't want to talk about it. Aliyah tries to listen to what Pallavi and Vikram are talking about, but someone calls Aliyah on the phone. Aliyah picks the call and says we will talk later. Pallavi asks Vikram to agree. Vikram refuses and he goes. Aliyah thinks that what is Vikram not agreeing to? Pallavi says to Vikram that you cannot leave the talk incomplete. Vikram says there is no sense of solution suggested by you. Pallavi says I want to talk to you. Today is the good day. Vikram says not today. Pallavi says something good might be happening as this thing came to my mind today and she asks Vikram to come. Shahana looks at Siddharth and she turns her face. Rhea is talking to someone and she looks at Siddharth. Rambro is looking at Prachi who is talking to someone. Siddharth comes to Rambro and says I need to talk to you. Rambro says I don't want to hear it. Siddharth says let me give you the explanation. Aliyah says Siddharth trying to talk to Rambro and she signals to Rhea. Rhea comes to Rambro and asks him to come. She takes him to the dance. They dance on the Ghana party song. Prachi looks at them. Aliyah smiles seeing them dancing. Grandma sees Prachi sad. Grandma pushes Rhea away and makes Prachi stand with Rambro. Rambro dances while Prachi stands folding her hands towards Barpa. They both dance and fold their hands. Everyone claps for them. Prachi goes from there. Rhea tells Aliyah that Rambro will not like Prachi's dance and Rhea holds Prachi's hand and takes her to dance with her. Prachi dances with Rhea. Rambro looks at Prachi and turns his face. Siddharth comes to Rambro and says, I need to talk to you. It is urgent. Give me 2 minutes. Prachi feels dizzy. Shahana takes her to the room. Vikram comes back and asks that where is Rambro and Siddharth. Rambro asks Siddharth if anything is left after whatever he has done and says if you are alive today, then it is just because I want you to be alive. Rambro asks Siddharth not to take illegitimate advantage of being his brother. Rhea comes there and tells Rambro that mom is calling him. She asks him to come. Aliyah comes to the room to hear Vikram and Pallavi's talks and she says that Aryan is not here. Aryan comes there. Pallavi and Vikram ask Aliyah to be quiet for some time because they want to discuss something important with everyone. Vikram says to everyone that Pallavi has thought about something which was strange at first, but it seems right. Rhea thinks that what did Pallavi think about? Vikram says that whatever happened with the children is very unfortunate and for the peace of the house, we have decided. Vikram says to everyone that we have decided in a hurry and some would think that this is strange and says, "We have decided for tomorrow." Rhea says, "I know you have taken this decision after a thought and not in a hurry." Pallavi says to everyone that you have taken this decision in a hurry and we don't want to delay this. Rambo asks, "What decision have you taken?" Pallavi says, "Your dad and I have decided to get Siddharth and Prachi married." Rhea gets happy and she smiles. Prachi wakes up from sleep in shock. Shahana asks what happened. Shahana asks Prachi to sit and have lemon water. Prachi makes a sad face and says she doesn't know what is happening with her. Prachi says she has a feeling that someone wants to put the land under my feet and they want to wipe my identity. Shahana says nothing would happen. Prachi says to Shahana that she have to talk to Rambro and then she will get peace. Aliyah says this is what is called as matured parent. We take decision thinking about our children's future. She says out of Pallavi to fulfilling mother and mother-in-law's role. She says, "I am very proud of both of you." Grandma says to Pallavi that this decision is not right. This can be Pallavi's decision, but it is not of Vikram. Aliyah says Vikram said that he has taken this decision with Pallavi. Siddharth says Prachi and I should get married. Rambo asks if Siddharth doesn't want this, and he asks if Prachi is not beautiful. Rhea says that Siddharth would marry Prachi because there is no reason for him not to marry her. Pallavi says there is one reason for Siddharth to get married to Prachi, and that is because Prachi is pregnant with Siddharth's baby. Pallavi says Rambo and Rhea's marriage have happened, and that is why Siddharth and Prachi's marriage will not have any odors. Pallavi says to everyone that she is thinking about the family and she doesn't want any complications in her relationship with her family. Siddharth looks at Aliyah. Aliyah threatens Siddharth, showing his sister's picture. Siddharth thinks that he will make everything fine and the marriage will not happen next week. Pallavi says to everyone that Siddharth and Prachi's engagement is tomorrow and the marriage is next week, but Grandma disagrees to Pallavi's decision. Aliyah says Pallavi is right. Pallavi says we cannot delay, else we will get bad reputation. Grandma asks Pallavi that how will you make the children understand this your useless decision? Pallavi says my decision is final. Pallavi says that the auspicious time is really small, so we have to do it fast. Pallavi says that the relationship was already made by Siddharth and Prachi when Prachi got pregnant for Siddharth, so we should accept their relationship and they should also accept our decisions as their parents. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, share it, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Thank you.